Good morning, and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church. I'm Pastor Gary Lodeholt. I remember when we moved here to Columbia and began to serve Redeemer. We were excited and looking forward to engaging in ministry here, but there was just one ongoing problem. In order to purchase our house here, we needed to sell our house where we lived previously, and it didn't sell quickly. We worked out to rent the house we wanted here until we could buy, and Redeemer provided some extra funds for us to be able to make 2 house payments. Nevertheless, those funds were limited, and time was running out. During the days, I was fine, busy with all the tasks of learning about and doing ministry here. But at night, and in particular when I would lie down to sleep, you can bet there was no sleep as I worried and got anxious about this situation. There were many nights I was awake for hours, staring into the darkness with fear and trembling, waiting for the morning. My bet is that you may have experienced something like that too. Certainly the psalmist did. Psalm 130 is one of my favorites, especially in how it deals with situations just like that. The psalmist is in trouble, and he speaks of crying out to God from the depths of trouble and despair, praying and longing for God to save him from his difficulty. But then in verse 6 he says, "My soul waits for the Lord, more than those who watch for the morning, more than those who watch for the morning." And with those words, I know that the psalmist knows the very same fears and worries I felt. It's not just that the psalmist waits for God. He waits through the long night hours like a watchman on a tower waits and longs for sunrise. And the way the psalmist repeats the line indicates just how hard and unending and terrible that waiting can be. That's just what I felt. Advent is a time of waiting. As we wait for the celebration of Jesus' birth, we focus on our need for a Savior to come to us. Sometimes it's like a child waiting for Christmas, and it seems like it will never come. We know we need a Savior, and it's hard to wait. As we begin the season of Advent, I plan to lift up for us quite a few people in the Bible who might be well known for their waiting. These people, in one way or another, waited for God to act. And perhaps as we see their waiting, we will join in with our own as we await a Savior. Today we begin with Noah. Now, Noah might be known for a great many things, but waiting might not have occurred to us. However, Noah's story is full of waiting. First, there are all the years that Noah lived as a righteous man amid his many unrighteous neighbors. The Bible is clear that everyone was wicked except for Noah. How hard must that have been for Noah to live so faithfully and to endure in a world of unfaithfulness? How hard it must have been to stay faithful while all around him others did otherwise. And then, once God told Noah to build the ark, it wasn't done in a day. No, it likely took months at best, months as friends and neighbors jeered and laughed at him. And one wonders if there was significant time between when Noah finished the ark and collected all the animals until it started to actually rain. And how long does it have to rain before everywhere floods, even the high ground? These times of waiting could easily test anyone's faith. But of course, the most significant waiting were those 40 days and nights on the ark after the earth had flooded. And we've talked before about how the number 40 in the Bible isn't necessarily exactly 40. It typically means something like, as long as it takes. It means something like a pretty long time. How long did Noah and his family wait on that ark with all those animals for the dry land to appear? Adrift on a world of ocean, how does one keep faith there that there will one day be land? In a tiny boat on a vast sea, how does one remain assured that God has not forgotten them? How does one keep faith in God's new beginning? Well, Noah did. And maybe his courage in doing so can embolden us in our waiting. God does not forget us. God does have a new beginning in mind, a Mount Ararat for us to land on. It's early in Advent. Even now, as we wait, God remembers. God remembers us. Thanks for watching, and remember to let this day belong to God.